All right, YouTube, what's going on? Hope everybody's having a good day. Just want to go ahead and start, I guess, showing y'all the vehicles. And the one this channel is going to be pretty much focused around, which is, of course, going to be the project truck, the 79 C10. A little background on this truck. Pretty much when I got it, body panels were solid, needed floors, needed interior, needed paint, body work, didn't run, needed motor put back together. So long story short, like the third owner, I think, of this truck, if I remember right, the guy that owned it before my brother-in-law did, which is who I bought it from, I'm guessing had it set up for drag racing at one point in time. It's got some extra leaf springs in the back, and being a step side with a wood bed, you really can't haul anything with it. And the rear end gears on the inside look to be like a 456, something high range, so I'm guessing 8th mile. According to the tag for this truck inside the glove box that came with it, it's supposed to have a 350 in it and a turbo 350 with a 307 in the rear. The 307 in the rear is supposed to be an open diff. Both tires spin on this, so yeah, it's got posi. Now has a turbo 400 in it. Feels like it has a shift kit because it does shift hard. Haven't really been in it too much besides taking the pan off, doing a fluid change and all that. And the engine, I know, has been bored. Guessing it's somewhere right around a 355. Has a small cam, stuff like that in it. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and show y'all guys the truck. Right now it's parked out here in the backyard. Just trying to touch up some things on it, getting it ready for this show season, working on it through the winter. So here you guys go. And here it is. This is the 79 C10. Now, when I got this truck, like I said, it didn't do anything. Pretty much what I've done to it since I've got it, painted it. Now, this is a paint job I did myself. I'm going on the cheap. I paid $500 for this truck. I fixed some of the rust holes in it just to try to make it smooth in one piece. Pretty much right now, the way this truck sits, I've got, I'm trying to think, close to probably about $1,500, maybe $1,600 in it. And that's it. So last year when I took it to a couple shows, guys were thinking I had anywhere from $8,000 to the highest was about $15,000, which is astonishing to me when literally I have $1,500 into it. So just a quick walkthrough. The hood scoop itself, I still need to work on that. I've got it kind of molded to the top of the factory hood. Plan on cutting it this year and then actually fiberglass and molding it to the hood. Right now it's just sitting on there and has had some Bondo done in a couple spots, just kind of for looks, but definitely sets it off with a stance. These are 15 by 10 all the way around, using Hankook Venturas 275 60-15s. Does have the typical, like I said, Chevy rust. Needs the rocker panels done. About 3 months after I built this thing, I actually wrecked it. It wasn't my fault. Someone stopped in the road. I had nowhere to go. The caliper actually locked up on me from how hard I hit the brakes. So pretty much the front braking system, that's all redone. The brake lines, hoses, calipers, all that. The rears are fine, they're factory, but still work. It's got LED tail lights on it. With the factory bumper, when I got in the wreck, this whole side was smashed. So pretty much just hacked off the bumper. Like I said, this is a paint job done by myself. Pretty much, literally, the top half is rattle cans with a clear. The bottom half was, and then I shot it with some Rust-Oleum, as known on YouTube as a $50 paint job. And once it's cleaned up, you put some spray wax on it. It's fine. It gets the job done. The whole purpose behind this was to have something fun for cheap. This is the front. Grill blacked out, chrome bumper. Go ahead and show you the inside. One of the things I have to do, this has been sitting since September, so I do have to go through the carb, because right now I fired it up and it runs like junk. This is the interior. Like I said, it didn't have any floors, but floor pans in it. These bucket seats I have just kind of fitted in here at the moment, until I can get them welded in. But they're solid. I got some bolts running through the front and the back. Zip ties are just for extra support. I got rid of the factory steering wheel. Pretty much I painted the whole inside of the cab along with it because it was tan. Center console from Walmart. The carpeting that I used in here is literally like cargo liner from Walmart. Literally a roll of it fit the whole front side of the floor, and I was good to go on that. All the gauges work. Of course, the heat and air doesn't work. That was removed by the previous owner. All the lights work. Those are, God, I'm trying to think. They're Equus or Equest gauges. You can find them at AutoZone. They all work. Got the tack. Do need to get a new dash piece here. As you can see, it's broke. It was already like that, and of course I wanted a newer radio in here with Bluetooth and stuff, because I do have some Sony 5 1/4s back there, and a little box back here behind the seat. Sounds pretty good, but of course hurt the dash in the long run. I want to get new door panels. These were nasty and honestly covered with mold from it sitting for close to 5 years. But again, it's on the cheap. I'm trying to think. Let me see. Still have stuff in here from the show and stuff that I did. One of the bigger ones in our town. Now, it did have the wood bed in it, but when I got into the wreck, pretty much destroyed all that. You can still see some marks over here on the fender. That right there is still a little bit bent. Literally all this was smashed in. I worked it back out and got it as straight as I could. I guess let me show you under the hood. And there she is. Like I said, heat and air, that's been ripped out. New braking system there with the new lines going down. It does have power steering. It does still run on the 2-belt setup. Like I said, 355 small mild cam. Redone heads, Edelbrock intake, Edelbrock carb, big air cleaner just to fill up the space in here, new alternator and stuff on it. Like I said, it runs fine, but for some reason this Edelbrock carb, I don't know what it is. It seems like every 6 or 7 months I have to like take it apart and clean it. I'm running, literally I got 3 filters on this, and it still finds a way to do it. It is running on somewhat of an old school, but it works. Mallory ignition system. Got the box there with their distributor sitting back there. It does have a dual core radiator in it. Still need to try to clean up this in here a little bit better. But yeah, the exhaust system on this is a set of Jags. want to say 1.5 primary tubes leading into a 3-inch collector, which runs into, I did have a 2.5-inch setup on here, decided to go to a 3-inch, since that's what ended at the header. But header into a piece of flex pipe to bring the exhaust up to sit it under the cab. Goes to about the back part of the cab into a set of 3-inch Spin-Tech Pro, I think they're the 9000 series, single chambers, and then they're just dumped right behind the axle. I'm thinking about, it does have an X pipe on it. For some reason, I don't know why, this year I want to make it different, and I kind of want to try to see if I can get the exhaust to come out of this fender. Like I said, since these, you can kind of see the little makeshift patch job I did for the rust there and there, but better than a hole. Since I want to get new fenders anyway, and just do that and then see how it is. But yeah, one more time, that's it for the 79 C10. Show you the other vehicles here in a bit, but I just want to thank you guys for watching. Like I said, this is going to be kind of a rebuild thing approaching this winter and this summer. I'm going to show y'all a couple things on it. Hopefully y'all have a C10 yourself that you're trying to build. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in another one. Peace out.